And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the first race of the season of the PORWC Reese's Rally Car Series as we prepare for 36 drivers to take to this racetrack here today. This is Daytona, but it's the Daytona road course. We're going to be basically racing at road courses for this season because of the rally cars. That's pretty much what they're built for. The thing that's really interesting about the rally cars that's very different from other cars is if they get down to the grass, if they get down to the dirt, it doesn't slow them down. They're built for off-terrain racing. So this is going to be very interesting to see just exactly how this terrain is going to play out, because there is going to be grass, there is going to be dirt, and unlike some racetracks, there's not like a little bit of an extension with the rumble strips and everything. They're going to have to hit their marks perfectly. But if they make a mistake, these are the kind of cars where you can come back from that kind of a mistake. But we're going to see how they do here, and also it's going to be interesting to see what happens when they hit the tri-oval and are going to be doing a little bit of restrictor plate racing as well. On the pole for this race, we got Soran Tahari, and alongside of him is going to be Cody Yamas. And then behind them, we've got Robert Young, and to his high side, Dylan Poteet. It's going to be very difficult to tell all these different drivers apart because a lot of these cars are pretty much sponsored by a lot of the same sponsors, or they look alike, but we're going to have to pretty much tell by their numbers. But here's the new starting lineup we've got this season to show you the 36 drivers, and without further ado, as the cars will roll off, we will show you the starting lineup now for the first race of the season at Daytona Road Course. We're going to have 28 laps of racing here today, and a few things that are going to play out into this race, possibly tire wear, possibly fuel mileage. You never know what's going to happen, but Soran Tahari is on the point, and we will get ready to go to green flag racing as we are just now heading out at turn 4. We'll head down here to the tri-oval, where everybody's very familiar with if they've ever watched a Daytona race, but you're going to be very surprised to see what kind of track is inside of Daytona International Speedway. Talking about the road course that's on the infield. It's going to be very interesting to watch here today. And, actually, wait a minute. We must be on the back straightaway? Yeah, that's the back straightaway there. And then they head down through here. Okay, so we're not going to be going to green flag racing just yet. So why don't we look at a few drivers to be watching for here today? Is oh, that's that little turn there. Oh, car's all bumping up into the wall there. That may be a tough turn to make there for a lot of these drivers. One driver I'm going to be looking for here today is going to be the 40 car of Aaron Williams. He was fastest in practice. I think he's going to be a real contender for the win in that Ford. I also would keep my eyes on possibly the number, where is he? The number 29 of Alexander Dawson. He's starting near the back of the pack, but Alexander Dawson, I was looking at his car in practice, and he has one of the best handling race cars out there. He was 14th quickest on the score chart, but I think Dawson may have something for these drivers if he can work his way up through traffic. He's driving a Mitsubishi, so we'll see how he'll do today, but there's a lot of good talent in this field, no doubt about that. And finally, the pace car is going to peel off, and we will prepare to go under the green flag. Start-finish line right here in the middle of the tri-oval, as it is in the Daytona races for regular Daytona track. Green flag is waving. They will get underway. And I apologize for some of the camera views. Sometimes they can't get the cameras in a good area for you to be able to see where the drivers are. And Soran Tahari is going to lose the lead just like that. Cody Yamas is going to get by on the high side. Yamas is the new leader in the 96 car. So Soran Tahari falls back to second. Third now is Dylan Poteet, and then a good battle for fourth. You got Seth Cole there. He's going to take that position away from Robert Young. Whoa, he gets a good run on Dylan Poteet there and looks for third, but Poteet puts a block on him, and now the inside line is opened up for Robert Young. Seth Cole through the grass area. He just lost a ton of spots. Oh my goodness, he slid way back. Aaron Williams got by him. A lot of drivers getting by that time. Whoa, Trent Dunham through the grass area there as well. He's going to lose quite a few spots. Started this race in 16th position. As they come off, this is actually turn 2 into turn 3. Or no, I'm sorry, turn 1 into turn 2. And here's the back straightaway. They're about to come down into the dog leg. Here's James Stewart just ahead of Trent Dunham. And here they come into one of the toughest parts of the racetrack here, this dog leg, if you will. See the dirt getting kicked up there. Whoa, look out. Oh, I think someone got spun back there. I think someone spun. No, I guess not. I thought they were, but now Cody Yamas, he's under fire from Tahari for the lead. Tahari right back up on the back bumper of the number 96 of Yamas. Let's watch this battle unfold. This is going to be good heading into the turns here of the road course. Yamas has basically just got to keep right with, or I'm sorry, Tahari has to keep right with Cody Yamas. Meanwhile, Dylan Poteet's starting to move up there. He's up in 3rd, and he's trying to close in. Got a new 5th place car in the top 5. That's Alyssa Anderson in the AMP number 35 car. She's moving up into the top 5 now, running right behind. I believe that is Robert Young just ahead of her. It is. Matthew McMurray, he's now up in 6th. Tim Walsh runs in 7th. 8th now is Seth Cole after he got caught in the grass and slipped way to the back. I think he started in 4th. Evan Smith runs in 9th, and 10th now is Aaron Williams. He just lost that spot to Evan Smith. Did Williams. He slipped from 9th to 10th. 11th now, Ryan Juke. 12th is Jacob Remier. Hayden Klein runs 14th. 13th actually was Hayden Klein. 14th, Barney Ward. 15th is, that's Justin Perry. And he's got his teammate right behind him, James Stewart. Those two Abu Dhabi cars working together there. Running pretty well. As they come off that turn again. Is the caution waving? It almost seems like the caution's out. These cars look like they're running single file here. No, there's no caution. Look at them. This is the restrictor plate part, where they move up into the turn 3, turn 4 area. There's a car headed for pit road. Who is that? What in the world? Someone's going to pit road. Jacob Remier is going to pit road. And there was someone behind him, Hayden Klein. I don't know why they're coming down pit road already. Lewis Gordon. I think Lewis Gordon may have hit something. Lewis Gordon looked like he may have just gotten spun out. Let's take a look. That's exactly what happened to Lewis Gordon. Watch him coming off here, and I don't know if it's contact or if he just gets loose. That car, let's watch him coming off the turn here. Doesn't look like any contact from him. No, his car just slid out on him. And he gets a piece of the outside retaining wall. That was a pretty hard lick. I thought I saw some damage to the left front of his race car, and sure enough I did. So, tough day for Lewis Gordon already as he pounded that wall pretty hard. And you can see there the tire sticking out on the left side of the race car. That's why I thought he had some damage to the left side. But number 90 car is going to have some problems here for the rest of this race. Meanwhile, up front, good battle still on for the lead as Yamas still leads. Tahari is second, and Dylan Poteet has made this now a 3-man fight. Robert Young trying to make it a 4-man fight as we have the 5 car listed 1 lap down. That's the 5 car of Jack Richards. Why is the 5 listed a lap down? Oh, he's got damage too. Jack Richards has got damage on his race car, and it has put him 1 lap down. He must have had to make a pit stop. We're also getting a report that the 93 car of Ryan Cooper is off the pace, and he's got front-end damage to his race car. Okay, let's go back now as the racing for the lead is still going on. There's Lewis Gordon. He's returned to the racetrack still in the lead lap, but Yamas leads. Let's go back now, see if we can find out what happened to Jack Richards and also to Ryan Cooper. Looks like Ryan Cooper and Jack Richards both got involved in the exact same thing, and that's what gave both of them the damage. I think Richards is going to come into the same turn. Yeah, I think he gets into the exact same turn that Lewis Gordon does, and he's going to go sliding up into the wall. Right there you see the brakes lock up. The wheels did not turn after he hit the wall. The brakes locked up, and that caused some mechanical problems. Oh, and Ryan Cooper slid through the grass and just couldn't get off the 5. he would have hit the outside retaining wall too, just like Richards did. But this does not put us under the caution because it's in the grass area. It's not in the track area, so we're still under green. Now here's Jacob Remier, and he is actually listed still in the lead lap. But he had to make a pit stop. I wonder if maybe he made contact with a wall. Another driver that's being listed way, way back is Hayden Klein. We saw him make a pit stop. But these guys are still running on the lead lap. Oh, and the caution is out. Caution's waving. It looks like the leader is going to be Kodayamas. There's the pace car. Let's try and see if we can find out what's occurred. Trying to look through here. I don't see any damage to any of these. Oh, there we go. Oh! Nicole Sanchez has got damage. And James Stewart. Heavy damage to the Abu Dhabi racing car. Looks like maybe, yeah, there's some damage on both sides of Justin Perry, the other Abu Dhabi car. And I think Red Bell is okay. But there's James Stewart. He's pulling into pit road. He's retiring from the race. And the pace car is out with Kodayamas leading. Let's see why we're under the caution for the first time today on lap 6. Okay, it looks like it starts with James Stewart right here. He's trying to get by the lap car of Jack Richards. And right there, he makes contact with the 5, and it sends him up the racetrack. And look at Justin Perry. His teammate trying to get by, cannot do it. He gets caught up in it. Nicole Sanchez, absolutely nowhere for her to go. She is involved as well. And I'll tell you who did a great job, and that's the 30 car of Alex Tanker to slow down there, and he's going to get Trent Dunham right in behind him, but they did a good job slowing up to miss that wreck. Sam Young back there as well slowed down. Zohar Manute was slowed down. And Logan Ryan, I'll tell you what, those guys did a whale of a job being able to slow down to miss this, but both the Abu Dhabi cars involved right there, along with Jack Richards, and also Nicole Sanchez has got an engine problem. I think she's retired from the race as well, as she was caught up in that. So we'll get ready to go back to green. After making that pit stop early, Jacob Remier has got the lead, and Hayden Klein has moved up to second, so they kind of scored big on there after the pit stops are made. Barney Ward is being listed in third. Fourth is Lewis Gordon now. Fifth is Sohan Tahari. Then you've got Alyssa Anderson in 6th, 7th is Tim Walsh, 8th is Evan Smith, 9th is Ryan Juke, and Alex Tanker completes the top 10. We have actually a few drivers that are listed a lap down. We know Nicole Sanchez has retired. We know that James Stewart has retired. Jack Richards has retired. But we've got 2 cars listed a lap down. One of them, well, no, we got Adam Chambers out of the race. Now, why is Chambers out? Chambers has retired, and Matthew McMurray is on pit road. We get a helicopter view. He's on pit road, and just ahead of him, who is that? That's Dylan Poteet, I think. Yeah, why are they on pit road still? Well, we're about to go back to green flag racing, so we can't really tell right at the moment what's going on. But that is kind of strange. You saw there the 97 car. That was Sam Young. He's trying to... Wait, where did Sam Young go now? Is Sam Young out of the race now? Yeah, Sam... I don't get this. Sam Young is retired. And I'm not understanding this one bit. Drivers retiring for certain reasons of which I'm not sure. But nonetheless, Sam Young is being listed out of the race, and so is Adam Chambers. I don't know why, though. Well, these guys are just going through the dogleg now. Let's quickly see if we can find out what happened to Chambers. Here's a look at what happened. This was after they were making their pit stops. This is Sam Young we're looking at. I think we can go to a different camera angle now. Yep, we can now. He comes down and he gets into the inside retaining wall, and that's going to send his car into a slide, and watch this hit. Oh, man. That is a hard lick, but I think we're better switching to the helicopter view to see this. Look right behind him. There's O'Harmonwood. He slides and he has to wait. Alexander Dawson has to wait. Trent Dunham has to wait as they're waiting for that disabled car to get out of the way. Here comes Aaron Williams. Here comes Logan Ryan. Ryan makes contact. There's Connor Breton. There's the 98 of Alan Tanker. I think there's going to be some more drivers coming in. There's Seth Cole. Dylan Young there. There's Ryan Cooper. There's Dylan Poteet. I think Dylan Poteet's the guy who gets some contact there too. Okay, now the car of Sam Young is finally removed from the racetrack, but you got Tanker there. Oh, Tanker can't reverse it. Tanker can't back up. He's caught there against the outside retaining wall, and he can't back up, Ken Allen Tanker in the 98. And here comes Dylan Poteet full steam ahead, and he just gets into the 98 car. Oh my goodness. And I don't think that's it. I think also, yeah, here comes Chambers. Here's the reason Chambers retires. He just drives full steam ahead, and he's going to be blocked in behind the 98, but then it's not over. It's a whole chain reaction thing. Here comes Robert Young, and with Chambers backed in behind the 98, Robert Young rams right into the back of Adam Chambers. So that's what happened, and a whole chain reaction wreck here, taking out several contenders. But let's go back under the green flag now. Zach Buchanan and Justin Perry also had an incident occurring with each other on pit road. Buchanan got spun out, but both he and Justin Perry have returned to the racetrack. We are listing right now Robert Young, Sam Young, trying to get familiar with the names here, Matthew McMurray, Adam Chambers, Jack Richards, Nicole Sanchez, and the 32 of James Stewart out of the race. We also have listed one lap down the 24 car of Trent Dunham. He's actually retired from the race as well. Has Dunham. I wonder if that was something to do with that, or if it was an incident on pit road. But the leader is, we know for certain, Jacob Remier, as he leads the way. Hayden Klein second. Those two had to make pit stops way back on lap 2. And I think that Hayden Klein may have had to make a pit stop because of hitting the wall with the right side of his race car. You see some damage to the right side of the car right there. You can see some scrape marks too. He did get contact with the wall at some point, and I wonder if it was coming off this turn right here. I've seen a few drivers slide up and get the outside retaining wall. Barney Ward running very well in third position. He's come out of nowhere. Fourth place, Lewis Gordon. Remember we saw Lewis Gordon slide through that one turn there, get the outside retaining wall, and have to make a pit stop unscheduled, and he's running very well in fourth. And fifth place is our pole sitter, Soran Tahari. He's trying to take the fourth position now from Lewis Gordon. Looks like we got a battle up front here. Well, I thought we did. Looked like Hayden Klein was starting to make a move on Jacob Remier, but not right at the moment. So let's look further back through the field here as Tahari is now under fire. Tim Walsh running in the 6th position, trying to take 5th away from Soran, but Soran will get away and keep the 5th spot. 6th now is Alyssa Anderson. She's got some damage to the right side of her race car as well. You can see it right there visibly. Damage to the 35 car. Evan Smith, he's currently running in the 8th position. Good run for him. 9th place is Alex Tanker. And the 10th position is currently held by Ryan Juke in the 49 car. Logan Ryan has slipped back. He's in 11th. 12th now is O'Harmonwood. Alexander Dawson, he's currently running in 12th. Or that's 13th rather. 14th is Connor Breton. Seth Cole runs 15th. 16th now is Red Bell. 17th is Dylan Young. 18th Justin Acosta. 19th is Jake Cole. 20th is Zach Buchanan. 21st is Aaron Williams. He's got some front end damage. I think that was from that earlier incident we showed you with all those cars getting backed up. He's slipping through the pack now with Michael Dawson bypassing him now. That is for position number 22, and Dawson has it. So Williams back to 23rd, I think now. Ryan Cooper is also losing some positions. He's actually 23rd. 22nd is Williams. 24th is Cody Yamas. That pit stop did not help him. He has slipped way back here. And yeah, that's Alan Tanker, and he's going down below the yellow line. He's coming down pit road, is the 98. Justin Perry, we know he ended up having some contact on pit road, plus also getting caught up in that wreck. He's back in 25th position. Hayden Klein on pit road. Jacob Lawler's on pit road. And what is going on with Alan Tanker? He missed his pit box, and now he's heading to the garage area. Jake Cole's on pit road. And Matthew McMurray's a long ways back in 28th. And then we're back to our leader, Jacob Remier. Something must have happened to Hayden Klein, our second place guy. Let's see what happened. Okay, I looked up Jake Cole, I looked up Hayden Klein. Both of them are okay as far as not hitting anything, but they did have some damage, so that's probably why they came down pit road. But this is Jacob Lawler. We do know of two incidents that involved the 95, and this is the first one. This is him coming off of that dog leg, and right there he gets a good pounding with, oh boy, so did the car behind him. I think that's, yeah, it is. That's Michael Dawson. They both got pretty hard contact with the right fronts of their race cars, but then something further up happens to Jacob Lawler. Let's look at that. Jacob Lawler was trying to get down pit road at this point. I'm surprised the caution didn't come out for this, because we've had a few drivers coming down pit road, but watch this. Apparently he didn't remember what the pit road speed was, and all of a sudden his spotter says to him, no, you're going too fast, slow down, and watch him as he locks up the brakes right here. He locks him up, he can't get the car not to slide around on him, and around goes the Lawler machine right down pit road. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a driver's brakes lock up because he forgot to maintain pit road speed, but he goes for a slide down into the grass area, and I do believe Lawler has retired from the race. This is good battling going on here between pole sitter Soren Tahari. You got Alyssa Anderson in the meat and that sandwich, Tim Walsh. This is pretty much from about... Oh, caution's out. Caution is waving. But that was a good battle that was going on. I would think it was about for the second, third, fourth, fifth... Oh my goodness! Soren Tahari just flat out turned Tim Walsh. What in the world? What was... Oh, and now they're all backed up here. There's Seth Cole. He's into Alexander Dawson. So Harmon Hood's into Seth Cole. Everybody pushing and shoving. Oh, Michael Dawson rear-ending the car there. Oh, Aaron Williams just rear-ended Dawson. What in the world? I think tempers are flaring. But there's Tim Walsh, who was en route to a good top 5 finish today. He's involved. Oh my goodness. And that was Soren Tahari that flat out turned him. No doubt about that. But, oh boy. Well, let's go back and see why we're under the caution, and then we'll take a look and see what happened with the incident with Tahari and Walsh. It looks like Justin Acosta and Dylan Young are going to get together. It looks like Acosta is going to get into the side retaining wall, and it's going to send him right up and into the 39 of Dylan Young. And I'm surprised that was enough to bring the caution up. Maybe because the 33 took some time to get turned around. I don't know, but caution waves for that. And now we're going to take a look and see what happened between Soren Tahari and Tim Walsh. Now, personally, I don't know what Soren Tahari's problem was, what he was so upset about, because it's not as if Tim Walsh makes this 3-wide move and goes beneath the white line. He makes a legal pass right here. And Tahari actually got into the back there of the car just ahead of him. And... Boy, he seemed to be racing quite aggressively there, even when they're coming down here to the caution flag. But here's the thing I don't like. Right here, Walsh, I think, did get Tahari at the line. And right here, we're going to get some pretty good footage to see just exactly what occurs. Walsh never changed his line. Tahari came down into Walsh. So there's no disputing that. And, oh my goodness, that is one hard lick. That was straight on into the wall for Tim Walsh. I don't know, but the or PRWC president may end up having some action taken against that. Look at this. There's some other cars there. Alyssa Anderson gets a little piece of it. She's been running in the top 10 for most of the day. And that's just a heartbreak for Tim Walsh, who just got flat out wrecked for really no apparent reason. Well, we're getting ready to go back into green, though. So the pace car's lights are off. We'll go back to green flag racing on lap 15 of 28. Jacob Rimier is the leader. We've got 2 lap cars. Jacob Lawler, who is actually 2 laps down, and Matthew McMurray, who is 1 lap down. Leader is Jacob Rimier. Then we got Barney Ward. He's up in second. Third place now is Lewis Gordon. Fourth is Alex Tanker. Or is that Alan Tanker? That's Alex Tanker. Connor Breton runs in 5th. 6th is Evan Smith. 7th is Alyssa Anderson. 8th, Ryan Juke. 9th is Seth Cole. He's got damage. And 10th is Jake Cole. We do have some drivers that have retired from the race. Let's see if we can find out. Logan Ryan, he's retired. These drivers retired after an incident that actually happened on pit road. And some of the drivers getting caught up on that incident with Soren Tahari. Tahari has also retired. Also out are Ryan Cooper, Zach Buchanan, the 48 of Tim Walsh, of course, is out of the race. And also the 39 car of Dylan Young, who was caught up in that incident. He has retired from the race as well. And I think those are the only drivers that... Oh, and also Alan Tanker has retired from the race. And those are pretty much the drivers that are out. Other drivers that are out of the race include Adam Chambers, Robbie Young, Jack Richards, Nicole Sanchez, and James Stewart. Wait a minute, we're getting listed here that the leader is the 36 car, although I think the 36 of Zohar Manood may have come down and made a pit stop, and yeah, I think Zohar's, yep, he was listed as the leader, but he's back now in 11th position. 12th place is actually Aaron Williams, 13th is Michael Dawson, 14th is Red Bell, 15th Justin Perry, 16th place is Cody Yamas, 17th is Justin Acosta, and 18th is Alexander Dawson. Those are the only cars left on the lead lap. So half the field is still on the lead lap here. And we will get ready to go back under the green flag. Jacob Rimier, I don't think, came down pit road. And look at all the Subarus here. 3 Subarus in the top 3 there. 4 of them in the top 6. Then you got 2 Subarus that are caught 2 and 1 laps down respectively, and Lawler and McMurray there on the inside line. But good day for Subaru so far. Green flag back out. And we're on lap 17 of 28. I said we were on lap 14. That's because I was looking at the car 2 laps down, Jacob Lawler. So that was my mistake. And I'll tell you what, Jacob Rimier must love the fact that he's got a Subaru teammate right behind him being able to hold up everybody. That's the lap car of Jacob Lawler. Barney Ward has been able to clear Matthew McMurray. He's in 2nd place. He's now got to deal with the lap car of Lawler before he can even think about getting up and battling with Jacob Rimier there. There's Lewis Gordon up in 3rd. If anything has gone somebody's way, it's been Lewis Gordon. He was the first car to spin out, had damage, came down pit road, the caution came out, he was able to get the wave around, and he is currently now running very well in the 3rd position. 4th now is Connor Breton. He's come out of nowhere, really. And 5th place now is Alex Tanker. Now, the thing that's kind of confusing me, though, is that there's something here where... Oh, okay, never mind. Everything's good. Well, here's Barney Ward trying to get by Jacob Lawler here. Oh, contact! Look out! Whoa! Good save by Barney Ward, but now he's going to get challenged by Lewis Gordon on the high side. But Barney Ward tried to get around that lap car of Jacob Lawler, and he nearly put himself and Lawler into the fence coming out of that dogleg turn. And now Barney Ward has sustained some right side damage too, which could slow him down. There's Zohar Manood. He's coming down pit road again. Is the 36. Not exactly sure why. Maybe for the front end damage he's got there. That was actually sustained on pit road, a pit road incident that also had Seth Cole involved and a few others. But Subaru looking good. Jacob Remiers led most of this race. He actually led at the halfway point, did Remier. Lawler is in second. Or no, he's not. Lewis Gordon is in second. Third now is Barney Ward. He's slipped back, lost a position. Fourth is Connor Breton. Fifth is Evan Smith. Let's follow this battle. This is a good battle for the fourth spot, as it's all going on behind the lap car of Matthew McMurray. And while this is going on, we got 10 laps to go, which is time for our 10 seconds of info. The 10 seconds of info is that the scoring system for this race is going to be very interesting. The top 10 drivers are going to be known as the Tasty Top 10, and they are the ones that are currently qualified in for the chase. Not necessarily the chase starting now, but it will start pretty soon. And then you've got a wild card race that's going to be between the drivers trying to get the 11th place position. That'll be the final transfer spot into the chase. And so that's what the points are going to be like. So when you see at the end, you're going to see three different categories. One will be the Tasty Top 10. Those are the drivers who finished in the top 10 here today. And then you've got the wild card chase, which is going to be from positions, I think, in the points 11 through 23, and then positions 24 through 36 will be known as the best of the rest, or the rest of the best, whichever it is, and they will be listed at the end of this video. You'll probably catch on, but there are going to be 11 drivers total who are going to make it into the chase here. As Evan Smith, he's running in 4th, but he's about to lose that. Just saw a good run by Alex Tanker, as he tried closing in on the back bumper of the 92 car there. You know, I'm just wondering, with looking at Tanker's car, he's got those two rear view mirrors, one on either side of his race car. If he hits the wall and one of those breaks off, what does he do to be able to look behind him? Interesting thought. Meanwhile, Barney Ward has been able to take the second position back. Lewis Gordon, oh no, he's not. Wait a minute. Yes, he is. Where did Lewis Gordon go? Barney Ward is now second. Connor Breton third. Fourth now is Evan Smith, and Alex Tanker is in fifth. But Lewis Gordon has just disappeared from view. Where did he go? He's back now in 13th position. I wonder if he had to make a pit stop. I'll bet he did. And if that's the case, Manuda's just now finished making his pit stop. I wonder now if Jacob Remier is going to have to come down pit road pretty soon. We've got a little under 10 laps to go. But Remier's enjoying a very huge lead over Barney Ward, who's actually now getting challenged by Matthew McMurray. McMurray is one lap down, but he's running in the top 20 in 19th place. McMurray going to try and take and get out in front of Ward. He will do so. First Mitsubishi driver is Connor Breton, who has now taken third place away from Evan Smith. He got held up behind Lawler, and that allowed Breton to get around him. And then you've got an Exora in Alyssa Anderson. She is the top 5. She's running in the 5th position. She's got a challenge coming up in the form of Michael Dawson. He's now in 6th. 7th is Ryan Juke. 8th, Aaron Williams. He's come up through the field all of a sudden. He was running back around 15th position last we knew. 9th place now is Alex Tanker. He has slipped back. And in 10th place, well actually no, 9th now is Red Bell, and Alex Tanker has now slipped back to 10th. Pretty impressed here with Aaron Williams, though. This is the first time he's pretty much shown himself racing inside the top 10. Currently in the 8th position is where we find the 40 of Williams. Gotta wait for the scoring monitor to make the scoring loop, so that way we know that he is officially running in the 8th position, but he's going to have some company on his back bumper. Red Bell right behind. Red Bell is the one of 2 female drivers in the top 10 right now, the other one being the 35 of Alyssa Anderson, running currently in what I think is now the 4th position. Meanwhile, Justin Remier has gotten by Zohar Manid for the Well, not for a position, but to put him a lap down and to put some more space between himself and second place car Barney Ward. There's Ward. He's still got... Oh, he's getting challenged now by Connor Breton. Breton, all of a sudden, in the late stages of this race, is starting to get good runs on these race cars and bypass them for position. He's moved now from 5th up to 2nd in what I think has been only about 3 or 4 laps. So he's got one strong race car here for the end of this race. Ward has slipped back to 3rd. 4th now is Evan Smith. Lawler still running 2 laps down there in 21st, and then you got Alyssa Anderson there in the 5th position. Michael Dawson 6th still, Ryan Juke still 7th, Williams is 8th, that's Aaron Williams, Red Bell 9th, Alex Tanker 10th, Cody Yamas, he's led a few laps today, but he's running back here now in the 11th spot. 12th now is Jake Cole. 13th is Justin Perry. He ended up getting caught up in an incident with his teammate, James Stewart. Stewart is retired out of the race, finishing dead last in 36th, but his teammate's still running very well in 13th. 14th is Justin Acosta, and 15th is Seth Cole. 16th place now is Hayden Klein. He was up at 2nd place at one point. Alexander Dawson back at 17th. Lewis Gordon is back in 18th after having to make a pit stop for fuel. And then that brings us back to Remier, the leader. That means that, I guess, only 18 cars left on the lead lap. 18 cars on the lead lap, and I think only 21 still on the racetrack. 3 of them are at least 1 lap down. Zohar Manoud, it's, I think, 19th, 20th, no, McMurray. Matthew McMurray is in 19th, 20th is Zohar Manoud, and Jacob Lawler is 21st. Remier, right now, he could, if he wants to, he could go into fuel conservation mode, as he is trying to give Subaru the first win of the season. Then you've got Zohar Manoud back there, Matthew McMurray back there. They are both 1 lap down. Connor Breton trying to give Mitsubishi the win, as he runs in 2nd. Then you got some more Subarus back here in Barney Ward 3rd, Evan Smith in 4th, and then you've got the first Xterra contender for the win, and that's 5th place, Alyssa Anderson. Mitsubishi running 6th with Michael Dawson. Then it's Subaru there with the lap car of Lawler. Then you've got Mitsubishi again in 7th with Ryan Juke. Ford up here in the top 10. This is actually, I think, the first Ford up in, I think it is. Yeah, Aaron Williams is the first Ford in the top 10. All the other Fords are not doing so well. Red Bell, another Mitsubishi, running in 9th, and then you got another Ford there. That's Alex Tanker. So you got 2 Fords running inside the top 10, but it seems like Mitsubishi is giving Subaru quite a run for their money here. Jacob Remier continues to lead, though. The gap is over 6 seconds back to 2nd place Connor Breton, who still is trying to fight traffic here. This is actually good now. Look at this. We got Breton, and I think that's the 92 of Smith right behind him. It is indeed. As a matter of fact, Barney Ward has just gotten by for 2nd again, as everybody tries to get around the slower car of Zohar Manoud, and it looks like Breton and Evan Smith have not been successful in doing that. New 2nd place driver is Barney Ward. So Subaru, with the help of the 36 of Zohar Manoud, might be going for a 1-2 sweep here. And if Evan Smith could get by Connor Breton, it could be a 1-2-3 sweep for Subaru. But the guy that's trying to spoil it all is Connor Breton there in 3rd place now. There's Matthew McMurray. You can bet he's probably going to play a little bit of defense if Barney Ward catches up to him, as he is trying to, I guess, maybe help Jacob Remier win the race. I don't know. Just because they have the same colors and everything doesn't necessarily mean they are on the same agenda. I mean, whether they have the same makes, whether they have the same colors, whether they are part of the same team, doesn't necessarily mean they would help each other out. You know, Matthew McMurray may decide, hey, I'm going to let this guy by and let him contend for the win or something. But you never know, because Barney Ward, let's not forget, is also a Subaru driver, just like McMurray and Remier. So going to be interesting to see what kind of alliances or what goes on there, because looks like Barney Ward is visibly catching the number 89 car, which is the lap car of Matthew McMurray. But Remier, here's the question I have about Remier. We had Lewis Gordon make a pit stop further back. He ended up having to come down pit road earlier than Remier did. Remier's got a few more laps as far as fuel is concerned than Lewis Gordon did, but Lewis Gordon did have to come down pit road and make a fuel stop. Does Remier have enough fuel to get to the end? It's going to be very interesting to find that out, because Remier is so far out in front, one would think that he would be going into fuel conservation mode, knowing that he's got a lap car between himself and second place Barney Ward. But it doesn't look like he's letting off at all. And that could be what comes back to bite the 91. But right now, he's still got a total of 4 laps to have to make around this racetrack, and this is not like Daytona, the normal Daytona. This track has got a lot more twists and turns, a lot more on and off the gas, which also eats up fuel. And on top of the fact of that you don't normally have a drafting partner when you get to these restrictor plate parts here, these banked turns, and that again eats up the fuel. And the caution is out. Caution's waving now. And it may be for Dawson? Alexander Dawson? No, actually, I think it may be for Seth Cole. He's got more damage to the front end of his race car. I'll bet it may have been him. Whoa! Well, that wasn't what we ran the caution for. Wait a minute, let's see. There's Barney Ward in second, Connor Breton third. Boy, and I don't know if it was Alexander Dawson or if it was Seth Cole or who it was, but we are going to go back and take a look now, because in the closing stages of this race, I wonder if we're going to get to go back to green flag racing. This is going to be interesting. This was a battle for the 15th position. Seth Cole had it. Lewis Gordon wanted it, and look at Lewis Gordon. He just, the tires were wearing down. He goes into a slide, and there's nothing he could do there. And it was indeed Seth Cole getting more front-end damage as he gets the outside retaining wall there. For the most part, Lewis Gordon was the driver who got away unscathed. He's pushing Seth Cole, pushing him. Oh, he does get some right side damage right there, but that slide, they both got it righted and continued on. That's why I was wondering what we ran under the caution for. But it did look like Seth Cole had some more front-end damage than he normally had, but that's what put us under the caution flag. Actually, Lewis Gordon may go up and get the wall right here. Sliding through that turn. Yeah, oh, man, I thought Lewis Gordon got out of that, but he didn't. Slid up and got the wall, and that may have actually been the reason we were put under the caution. Because he and Seth Cole got it righted after the spin they had there, but that could be why we're under the caution flag. But Lewis Gordon will be happy to know that his teammate's running up in the lead, but still there's that fuel question as we get ready to see if we're going to go back under the green flag again today. And it looks like we will not. It looks like Remier is going to take the win here, as we have received the white flag. So it looks like Remier will win the race. Second will be Barney Ward. Connor Breton's going to get credited for third. Fourth will be Evan Smith, and fifth will be Alyssa Anderson. Mike Dawson will get sixth. Seventh place will be Ryan Juke, Aaron Williams 8th, Red Bell 9th, and Alex Tanker is going to get 10th place, it looks like. The two drivers that were involved in that wreck there, Seth Cole and Lewis Gordon, are still going to end up finishing. It looks like 15th place will be Seth Cole, and Lewis Gordon will get 16th, so apparently the drivers that were behind them in positions weren't able to catch up to them. So they're still going to finish in the 15th and 16th positions, regardless of the fact that they brought out the final caution. But it looks like it's going to be a 1-2 sweep for Subaru. Matthew McMurray is one lap down, so it's not a 1-2-3. It's because you got a Mitsubishi back there in third in Connor Breton. But Barney Ward is going to get the second spot right behind fellow Subaru driver Jacob Remier. They aren't teammates, though. They race for two different teams, even though they race Subarus together. But this is big right here for Jacob Remier. Especially, I think a big thing that's going to help Remier is the fact that the caution came out, so he's able to conserve a bit more fuel under the caution rather than having to race those final 4 laps. That, I think, was a big help, having that caution come out at that time for Jacob Remier. So Remier's going to start off the season very well. He'll be one of 10 drivers who's going to be heading into next week's race in the tasty top 10. As the car's coming down the back straightaway, we're going to keep with them until they get to the checkered flag, and then we'll show you the finishing order. But this has definitely been, I have to say, a very chaotic race, a very interesting race too. This is the first time I've ever commentated a race at the Daytona road course. I was very unfamiliar with what kind of physics this racetrack was going to bring to the table. Wait a minute, what is Lewis Gordon doing? Or not Lewis Gordon, Jacob Remier. He just drove it through the grass area there, instead of driving it all the way through the dogleg. That was interesting. But regardless, I did not know what kind of a racetrack this was going to be and how it was going to affect these Wait a minute. What is Remier doing? Remier's out of fuel! Remier is out of fuel, I think. Where's the pace car? Pace car is still going. Remier is slowed down. Look at him zigzagging back and forth. He's trying to get that fuel inside. He's trying to get the fuel going in that car. He is out of fuel. Is Remier. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Remier is out of fuel. And the records, the rules are you have to make it to the start-finish line and take the checkered flag in order to be declared the winner. If Remier cannot do that, he is in trouble. He's led the majority of this race. I'd say 2/3 of this race have been led by that car. What is he doing? Wait a minute. Remier is retiring and second. Wait, that's Evan Smith. And Lewis Gordon's on pit road, and Justin Acosta. Wait, does this mean that... This is very confusing. They're coming out of turn 4 here. That's Connor Breton in 3rd place. Is he going to win this thing? Is Breton the winner? Where did Barney Ward go? Wait a minute, now we're trying to... Yeah, Barney Ward's on pit road. I think Connor Breton has won this race. I think Breton has won. I think Barney Ward and Lewis Gordon and all of them ran out of fuel. Well, we got to go to the official results here because I'm all confused. Let's see what the official word is.